Hello students, welcome to P Block Elements lecture 4. Let us begin our journey with oxides of nitrogen. Nitrogen reacts with oxygen under different conditions and forms varieties of oxides that starts from nitrous oxide N2O to dinitrogen pentoxide. Let us see one by one. The first one is dinitrogen oxide or also called nitrogen 1 oxide. This 1 in Roman number indicates oxidation number. So this dinitrogen oxide has a formula of N2O, that in that nitrogen has a oxidation number of +1. It is obtained by decomposition of ammonium nitrate. When ammonium nitrate is heated, it decomposes to form nitrous oxide, also called as a laughing gas, also called as dinitrogen oxide. And this dinitrogen oxide is a colorless gas and neutral. Remember, as the oxidation state of nitrogen in its oxide increases, its acidic nature also increases. The second oxide is a nitrogen monoxide, also called nitrogen 2 oxide or also called as nitric oxide, in which nitrogen has a +2 oxidation state. It is obtained by reaction between sodium nitrite with the ferrous sulfate in the presence of concentrated sulfuric acid as the medium. So in this reaction, this ferrous sulfate is oxidized to ferric sulfate and sodium nitrite is converted to sodium hydrogen sulfate and water along with the formation of nitrogen monoxide. It is also colorless gas and neutral in nature. The third oxide is dinitrogen trioxide, also called as nitrogen 3 oxide, in which nitrogen has an oxidation number of +3. It is obtained by the reaction between nitrogen monoxide and dinitrogen tetroxide at 250 Kelvin. It is a blue solid, but it is acidic in nature. The next oxide of nitrogen is nitrogen dioxide or nitrogen 4 oxide NO2, in which oxidation number of nitrogen is +4. It is obtained by thermal decomposition of lead nitrate at a temperature of 673 Kelvin. So along with the nitrogen dioxide in this reaction we get lead oxide. It is a brown colored gas, acidic in nature. The next oxide is dinitrogen tetroxide, nitrogen 4 oxide. The formula of this dinitrogen tetroxide is N2O4. Oxidation state of nitrogen in this case is +4. It is obtained by cooling nitrogen dioxide. When nitrogen dioxide is cooled, it forms dinitrogen tetroxide. When it is heated, reverse takes place to form nitrogen dioxide. It is colorless, solid or liquid and acidic in nature. The next oxide is dinitrogen pentoxide, nitrogen 5 oxide. It has a formula of N2O5, in which oxidation number of nitrogen is +5. It is obtained by reaction between nitric acid with the tetraphosphorus decoxide that forms metaphosphorus as a product along with the dinitrogen pentoxide. It is a colorless solid but acidic in nature. Dinitrogen oxide N2O, also called nitrous oxide, also called by name laughing gas, is a stable one and it is colorless in nature. It is a linear molecule and it is used as anesthetic. It has all electrons used in bonding, means paired. Hence there is no unpaired electrons, it is diamagnetic in nature. So this is linear structure of dinitrogen oxide. So here we can see two Lewis dot structures. The next oxide is nitric oxide or nitrogen monoxide NO. It is most stable oxide of nitrogen. Nitrogen and oxygen together have 11 valence electrons. That indicates there is one unpaired electron or odd electron molecule. So hence it is paramagnetic in nature. It acts as an oxidizing as well as reducing agent. And these two structures are Lewis dot structure of nitrogen monoxide. Here you can see presence of one unpaired electron, or it is a odd electron system. Because of presence of one unpaired electron, this nitrogen monoxide has a tendency to undergo dimerization, and the dimeric form is diamagnetic in nature. And this dimeric state exists in solid as well as in liquid state. Nitrogen dioxide, NO2. It is an acidic oxide. It is a reddish brown colored gas, and it is paramagnetic in nature. So these two are Lewis dot structure. In this Lewis dot structure you can see there is a presence of one unpaired electron, indicating paramagnetic nature of nitrogen dioxide. This nitrogen dioxide, due to presence of one unpaired electron, has a tendency to undergo dimerization to form N2O4. Nitrogen dioxide dissolves in water and gives nitrous and nitric acids. Dinitrogen trioxide, N2O3. It is an acidic oxide. Once again, it is diamagnetic in nature, means all electrons are paired. And these are the two structures or Lewis dot structures of dinitrogen trioxide. It has a planar structure. So here you can see bond length and bond angles in the case of dinitrogen trioxides. Dinitrogen tetroxide, N2O4. It is an acidic oxide. It has no unpaired electrons, hence it is diamagnetic in nature. It has a planar structure, and you can see two Lewis dot structures. They differ with respect to position of the double bonds. In the first molecule, two double bonds are directing downward directions, whereas here two double bonds are directing in opposite directions. And in this diagram you can see bond angle and bond length. The next oxide is dinitrogen pentoxide. It is an unstable acidic oxide. It is an excellent oxidizing agent. It has a symmetrical and linear structure with bridging oxygen. So these two diagrams indicate Lewis dot structures of dinitrogen pentoxide. And here in the first one you can see double bonds are pointing in upward and downward direction, where in the second diagram you can see they are directing in downward direction. So in this diagram you can see the bond angles. Dinitrogen pentoxide is anhydride of nitric acid. Anhydride means the compound that is formed after removing one water molecule. So here we have two nitric acid molecules. We are going to remove one water molecule, H2O. So like this we are going to remove. We are going to remove one water molecule like this. So when we remove water molecule, remaining is N2O5, dinitrogen pentoxide. To remove water molecule, we require dehydrating agent. The best dehydrating agent that we can use is tetraphosphorus decaoxide. So after removing water, we are going to get dinitrogen pentoxide. Next element of group 15 is phosphorus. Phosphorus mainly has two allotrophic forms, white phosphorus and red phosphorus. White phosphorus is most reactive, thermodynamically unstable allotrophic form of phosphorus, whereas red phosphorus is comparatively less reactive and thermodynamically more stable allotrophic form of phosphorus. White phosphorus is has a single tetrahedral unit with 6 phosphorus covalent bonds, and phosphorus bond angle found to be equal to 60 degree. So this is single tetrahedral unit of white phosphorus that is highly poisonous in nature. Where in the case of red phosphorus, it has a polymeric structure in which tetrahedral units are joined through phosphorus single bond. White phosphorus is a yellowish white waxy solid, and it has a tendency to show luster. Red phosphorus is a reddish violet colored solid in powdered form. White phosphorus is highly poisonous in nature, whereas red phosphorus is non-poisonous. White phosphorus is insoluble in water but soluble in carbon disulfide, whereas red phosphorus is insoluble in both water, carbon disulfide, but soluble in nitric acid. White phosphorus reacts with the sodium hydroxide solution to produce phosphine gas, whereas phosphine gas is not produced in the case of red phosphorus. White phosphorus combines with air or oxygen to form tetraphosphorus decaoxide. During this oxidation, vapors of phosphorus burns, thereby it glows in dark. This phenomena is called as chemiluminescence. Whereas in the case of red phosphorus, it is also going to react with the oxygen or air, but it does not show property of chemiluminescence. The melting point of white phosphorus is 317.1 Kelvin, whereas in the case of red phosphorus, it is found to be above 773 Kelvin. White phosphorus form beta black phosphorus, whereas red phosphorus is going to form alpha black phosphorus. Black phosphorus, it is one more allotrophic form of phosphorus. It is a thermodynamically most stable allotrophic form. It has a layered like structure just like graphite. It has mainly two forms, alpha black and beta black. Red phosphorus gives alpha black phosphorus, whereas white phosphorus gives beta black phosphorus. It does not get oxidized easily with air. Preparation of phosphine. The first one is from phosphorus. When white phosphorus is treated with sodium hydroxide in the presence of water, we are going to get phosphine as a product along with sodium hypophosphite. Students, this method of preparation of phosphine is very important. They ask for 2 marks. From phosphonium iodide. When the phosphonium iodide is treated with the potassium hydroxide, we are going to get potassium iodide, water and phosphine as the product. The properties of phosphine. Phosphine undergoes chlorination and forms phosphorus pentachloride as a product along with HCl. Phosphine reacts with the copper sulfate and forms cupric phosphide as a product along with sulfuric acid. When it reacts with mercury chloride, we are going to get mercuric phosphide as a product along with HCl. Phosphine, when it is heated strongly, it decomposes to form phosphorus and hydrogen gas. When phosphine reacts with hydrogen bromide, it forms phosphonium bromide. This reaction indicates that phosphine is basic in nature. Uses of phosphine. When calcium carbide is treated with water, we are going to get calcium hydroxide and acetylene as a product. Acetylene catches fire in the presence of flame. When calcium phosphide undergoes hydrolysis, we are going to get calcium hydroxide and phosphine as a product. The mixture of acetylene and phosphine was used as Ohm's signal. Students, Ohm's signal was a signal used by shippermen whenever they are under trouble as a signal to other ship people. When phosphine and acetylene is thrown to the sea water, phosphine immediately catches fire, and that fire is continued with acetylene, thereby to form thick smoke in the sea. The formation of thick smoke used to rise to very high altitude, thereby serving as a signal to other shippermen people. Preparation of phosphorus trichloride. When white phosphorus is treated with limited amount of chlorine, we are going to get a phosphorus trichloride as the product. When the white phosphorus treated with thionyl chloride, in this case also we are going to get phosphorus trichloride along with S2Cl2 and SO2. Properties of PCl3. PCl3 on hydrolysis forms phosphorus acid along with hydrochloric acid. PCl3 on chlorination forms phosphorus pentachloride as a product. Properties of PCl3. This PCl3 reacts with acetic acid to form acetyl chloride as a product along with phosphorus acid. When it reacts with ethanol or ethyl alcohol, forms chloroethane along with phosphorus acid. When reacts with silver cyanide, it is going to form phosphorus cyanide along with silver chloride as the product. Structure of PCl3. It has a structure similar to that of ammonia. See, in phosphorus we have 3s2, 3px1, 3py1 and 3pz1 configuration. So 1 3s and 3 p orbitals mix to form sp3 hybridization. Out of 4 sp3 hybridized orbitals, 3 overlap with chlorine to form 3 bonds and 1 is going to contain lone pair electrons. So it has a pyramidal structure, but actual expected structure is a tetrahedral, but due to repulsion between lone pair and bond pair, structure is distorted to form pyramidal structure. So it has a pyramidal shape. Phosphorus is sp3 hybridized. Phosphorus has a lone pair of electrons. Preparation of phosphorus pentachloride. When white phosphorus is treated with excess amount of the chlorine, we are going to get phosphorus pentachloride as the product. Similarly, when white phosphorus is treated with sulfuryl chloride, we are going to get phosphorus pentachloride along with sulfur dioxide. Properties of phosphorus pentachloride. When it undergoes hydrolysis, it is going to get POCl3, phosphorus, oxychloride and hydrochloric acid as a product. This reaction is not going to stop here, it continues. Phosphorus oxychloride further reacts with water to form phosphoric acid as a product along with hydrochloric acid. Phosphorus pentachloride on heating decomposes to form phosphorus trichloride and chlorine gas. When phosphorus pentachloride reacts with the ethanol, we get chloroethane as a product along with POCl3 and HCl. Similarly, when phosphorus pentachloride reacts with acetic acid, we are going to get acetyl chloride along with the POCl3 and HCl. PCl5 is a powerful chlorinating agent. When it is treated with the silver, we are going to get silver chloride and PCl3. Similarly, when it is treated with the tin, we are going to get tin chloride along with the PCl3. Structure of PCl5. PCl5 has trigonal bipyramidal structure with sp3d hybridization. Students, here you can see the axial bond length is more than that of equatorial bond length. The reason is simple. Axial bond electrons, they experience repulsion by 3 equatorial bond electrons at an angle of 90 degree. PCl5 has bipyramidal structure. Oxoacids or oxyacids of phosphorus. In oxyacids, phosphorus is tetrahedrally surrounded by other atoms. So in oxyacid of phosphorus, we are going to see at least one P double bond O and one POH bond. Hypophosphorus or phosphinic acid, H3PO2. This hypophosphorus acid are also called as a phosphinic acid. It has a structure, tetrahedral structure, in which we can see there is one P double bond O and two PH bonds and one POH bond. Students, remember, in oxoacids of phosphorus, OH whatever present, that hydrogen is acidic in nature, and pH bonds whatever present, they act as reducing in nature. As the number of pH bonds increase, the reducing property increases. As the number of OH increase in the structure, acidic nature increases. In this case, oxidation number of phosphorus is +1. It is obtained by reaction between white phosphorus with barium hydroxide, aqueous barium hydroxide. So first we get an intermediate product. That intermediate product reacts with the sulfuric acid to form hypophosphorus acid as a product. Orthophosphorus acid, H3PO3. So in the case of orthophosphorus acid, we have one P double bond O, two POH bonds and one PH bond. Here oxidation number of phosphorus is +3. It is obtained by reaction of P2O3 with water. It can also be obtained by reaction between phosphorus trichloride with water. This phosphorus acid, when heated, forms phosphoric acid and phosphine as the product. The next one is pyrophosphorus acid, H4P2O5. This pyrophosphorus acid has 2P double bond O, 2 pH and 2 POH bonds along with bridging oxygen between two phosphorus atoms. In this case, oxidation number of phosphorus is found to be +3. It is obtained by reaction between phosphorus trichloride with orthophosphorus acid in water. Next one is hypophosphoric acid, H4P2O6. This hypophosphoric acid has 2P double bond O and 4 POH bonds. It is more acidic in nature as it involves 4 OH bonds, and it has zero reducing nature because of absence of pH bonds. Oxidation state of phosphorus in this case is found to be +4. Orthophosphoric acid, H3PO4. So in orthophosphoric acid we have one P double bond O and 3 POH bonds, indicating this is tribasic acid and it has zero tendency to act as reducing agent. In this case, oxidation number of phosphorus is found to be plus 5. It is obtained by reaction of tetraphosphorus decoxide with water to form orthophosphoric acid. Also obtained by reaction of calcium sulfate with sulfuric acid. H3PO4, when dissolved in water, it ionizes to form 3 protons along with the phosphate ion, thereby acting as a tribasic acid. Pyrophosphoric acid has a formula of H4P2O7. It has 2 P double bond O bonds and 4 POH bonds along with bridging oxygen between 2 phosphorus atoms. In this case, oxidation number of phosphorus is found to be equal to plus 5. It is obtained by heating orthophosphoric acid. Polymetaphosphoric acid, that is a general formula of HPO3N. So here you can see that polymeric metaphosphoric acid with 1 P double bond O and POH bonds. Here oxidation number of phosphorus is found to be plus 5. It is obtained by heating mixture of phosphorus acid and bromine in sealed tube. It is also called glacial phosphoric acid. Characteristics: acids which contain pH bonds have strong reducing tendency. For example, H3PO2 reduces silver from silver nitrate in aqueous medium. pH bonds in oxoacids do not ionize to give H plus ions. Only H atoms attached to oxygen in phosphorus OH form ionize. Thank you, students.